And a two and a three. This is Tenor Ballet. A. I just watched. Wait. Okay. So I just rewatched, kind of, sort of. Okay. A lot went on. Captain's blog. Let's start with my captain's blog. I am the captain. I did watch Madia's Destination Wedding. Tyler Netflix. Tyler Perry's Madia's Destination Wedding. I did watch it a third time. Uh, the other day, yesterday. Now today, I watched a reaction. I just finished watching a reaction to that movie. The third time I watched the movie, actually before the third time I watched the movie, I had something to say. I just I didn't give it, so I was gonna come back and give it today. And then after watching the reaction that I just watched of the same film, I saw two more things. Clues, I tell you, clues. Um, did I write the word clue in the title? Let me check. Cause I'm gonna put this as no, I didn't, not yet. Okay, I don't know. I just we go we I don't know why we we trying to help Tiffany. I guess we trying to help Brian uh see what's going on with this character. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So I found two clues because something's is amiss. Um, the one thing I saw was with Cora. Cora's age came up, and I was like, yeah, how? Okay, so how Muddia and Bam was acting towards Cora like she was a child and telling her to stay in a child's way. I was like, wow, like Cora is her age and they still treating her like that. I was just like, at first I didn't say anything about it because I didn't know how to feel about it. I was like, I don't know how I feel, like, and Cora be, sometimes Cora be like, I'm grown, but this time Cora wasn't, and I just was like, no matter how old you get, you never gonna be older than your elders. I guess that's what's going on right there. So okay, that's what I wanted to say about that part. You're always gonna be younger than your elders. And I was like, ain't it a time where y'all could be like, shoulder to shoulder with it? But no, 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 never that. It seems like, yeah, shoulder to shoulders. We all grown around here now, so you know, tell say we can share and collab, and I mean, as far as those grown up things, but I guess not. Grown folks are gonna be growner. Um, So I guess that's cute and endearing. I guess. I guess. Like, I'm grown now. You can tell me what. No. Stay in the child, please. So yeah, I guess that can be funny, cute, endearing, perhaps. Um, clues. Clues. I saw at least two. Let me think. Okay, so the first clue was at the house at the fish fry. She said, Tiffany said, Zay proposed. Like, how was that? How did that happen? Like, how was that handled? Like, he proposed. How did okay, so the clue I saw right there was, did Tiffany's mom tell Zay to propose to Tiffany? Okay? Because okay, so we done already watched it. We done already watched it. We done watched it. We done watched it. So we already know what happened. Okay. Now that we done watched it, now reverse, rewind. Come on. Seeing Zay and seeing how he speaks to Tiffany's father and Tiffany's family, okay, because he spoke that way to the father. He called her father out here his name. He called Mr. Brown out his name. Seeing that, does he look like somebody? Am I finna judge? Does he seem like somebody that will propose? So that raises the question: did Tiffany's mom put him up to proposing to Tiffany? Okay. I'm a, okay. Can I peel back the judgment? Okay. He said they was helping him. The son was helping him pass tests or something, or tutoring him, and she was cheering him on. She think he can go to college. Okay. I'm just saying off rip, like how he came at the father and how he came at Mr. Brown. Does it seem like he would propose to Tiffany just because this all the information we got, just because she think he can go to college? Ooh, you think I can go to college? Will you marry me? She must have baked the cookies. She must have baked some cookies. She must have baked some cookies. She must have baked cookies that day. And oh my goodness, the cookies. Maybe she baked some cookies. And he was like, "Oh, will you marry me?" I don't know. Maybe she baked some cookies. But that was the first clue I saw. That was my first clue question. Did Tiffany's mom, since she was orchestrating everything, did she ask Zay Did she ask Zay to propose to Tiffany? Okay, now let me get to the next clue, and so I can mash all of it together. Okay, the next clue. That kind of was a clue question. Okay, the next clue. Here go the real. Here's a clear clue right here. When Tiffany and Zay meets up with Madea, Bam, and Cora, and Tiffany is talking to Zay, saying, "Okay, yeah, he finna meet up with his friends." They finna plan the bachelor party. Bachelor party. Wait, hold up, 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 hold up. He had friends come to the Bahamas? Okay, now keep that in mind. He finna go meet up with his friends. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Where your friends at, Tiffany? Oh, mom didn't want me to have my friends come over. She said we're gonna do something with them when we get back. Oh, word? Tiffany doesn't have friends here in the Bahamas, but Zay does, which leads me to further indicate that that is a clue that the mama is bribing Zay to propose to Tiffany. He got the friends that came to the Bahamas. I'm just gonna assume that his friends took the flight like in the private jet with them, like all inclusive. I don't think they paid for they self. I mean, they probably could have, knowing the things that they done did, so they probably got their own money. Maybe they got their own money, but I'm thinking it's probably all inclusive since everything else was. I'm thinking the mama paid for Zay's friends to come out. So Zay's friends is out there, but Tiffany friends are not there. Sweet. So it sounds like the mama has told Zay to propose to Tiffany with how do you say oh man um uh basically like perks, giving Zay perks, like has either given him some money or promised him some money. His friends could fly out with him for the wedding. And then Tiffany is none the wiser. So Tiffany's mom has set this up with Zay to propose to Tiffany to get Tiffany's money. And then Zay has told his mom about the whole thing. I mean, and now everybody knows Tiffany got bank if she marries, because it ain't no secret because everybody telling everybody. So now if the mama didn't know there was money involved, she knows now. But apparently she think Brian got money because she knows he's a lawyer, because they done went and done told her all the information. They scooping and scoping out the family. But I'm thinking Brenda, the Tiffany's mom, has has hired Zay, perhaps in a way, to propose to Tiffany. And yeah, those are my clues. Those are my clues for today. Yeah. And so yeah, Tiffany's mom has hired Zay to propose to Tiffany. He gets so if he does that, and then so he has the perks of being flown out and bringing some of his friends and whatever else. Tiffany's mom has promised him money, probably for his rap career or his business or what have you, whatever. And then so now Zay, with this decision that he's made, has went back to his mama and told her what he's told her. And the mama might want in on it too. That's why she showed up. Like, hold them down, baby. Let mama have a turn. Okay. So that is all of my clues. That's all of my clues. Okay, so Brian, do get comprise the information, Brian, so that you can have your daughter's back. If should you choose to have her back, because I don't know which way you're gonna go with that. If you're gonna have her back and be like, oh yeah, nah, now, bruh, now, shout it, now, you know, if you could put something in plan to where she's safe financially, and or are you gonna throw your hands up and be like, nah, you grown, you want to do what you want to do? I don't know. It's up to Brian. It's up to Brian now to, uh, yeah, choose what he gonna do to be there for her. But he does say he's there for her all. He's been there and he's picked up the pieces. So I hope he continues to do that, knowing that Tiffany's mom did this. Now, I don't know if he knows that Tiffany's. Well, okay, yeah, Tiffany mom pushed it. That's why I'm thinking she hired Zay, because it looked okay. Incentives. That's the words I was looking for. Incentives. Looked like Zay had incentives. Um, he got to bring his friends out there, and so forth, and whatever other incentives he had, and whatever else she uh, promised him or gave him to propose to Tiffany and marry Tiffany. Um, and because Brian was like, hurry it up, I'm thinking something important wasn't said, so maybe it was just a ceremony and not necessarily a wedding license, a marriage license signed. So I'm I'm wondering if Brian was headed towards that way to be like, okay, you want this ceremony, fine, you can have this ceremony, but technically y'all not married because there's no marriage license. So maybe he was like, he linked toward like if he feel like maybe if he say no, they would do it without him anyway. So and maybe get the get the license. But if he say yes, then he could move it along, and then there would be no license. You know, kind of like rush it to where it's so rushed that nobody thinks about the license, and then it's only a ceremony, and then he can get back and um, I don't know, but he might not can't do anything because maybe he would have to speak to the stepdad. Um, so I don't know. Hello there. I am grand. Uh, Netflix. Tyler Perry's Madeia's Destination Wedding is what I'm talking about. Referring to. I've watched it like 3 times already. Now I've started to watch I watched one reaction. I don't know if I'm gonna watch another reaction unless it's from the people that I watch reactions from. If they watch it, then I'll watch their reactions. So that's what happened today. I saw somebody that I watched their reactions already. So I watched their reaction to the movie today. And I was able to catch those couple of things that I mentioned here in this live stream. Because I kind of felt like this was, I mean, this was a bit, this movie is like, it's a mystery. It's a bit of a mystery because you don't know what's going on. And I felt like we had to help figure out what was going on, like when how Mudden was figuring out what was going on, and then when everything was divulged and revealed, we was able to go back to the beginning and see where things could have what characters could have collabed together and you see clues. I see them. I see clues where there could be incentives going on, and the dude could be a higher on. And I don't know if they needed to be getting married on that day. I think they needed a bit more time, especially learning how it came about, because we want everybody to be well, I'm saying we I would like the characters to be um safe and protected and every all intentions clear and helpful and beneficial, and it doesn't seem like Tiffany's getting a good deal. Like she's not. It doesn't seem like Tiffany's getting anything. Looks like Tiffany's giving everything. Um, and the mother is taken. Zay could be also taken, and it doesn't look like anything is given to Tiffany from Zay or from her mom, but her stepdad. So she's getting something from her stepdad, which is what he's giving, but then he's peacing out. So, uh, and then I guess Tiffany either didn't hear the mom say that or doesn't care that her and the daddy is divorcing. Well, not daddy, but stepdaddy, because that was like overlooked, and I guess it would be overlooked if she still felt the same way about the stepdad. I think they kind of a little bit wanted the mom and dad to get back together. But that's been a while now. That's been some years now. So, yeah. I guess they holding out for the mama and daddy to get back together. And now the stepdaddy them pieced out. I think Deborah, soon as she's Deborah need a lawyer. I thought. Now, just from watching TV. This is my information from watching TV. If you ain't got no prenup, you coming up off of that money. Coming up off that money. But he sounding like he don't want to come up off that money from um for the wife, for Deborah. He don't want to come up off that money. Lord have mercy. Who say that like that? I forgot who say that like that. Um, if I think about it, I can recall who say that like that. But yeah, Deborah need a lawyer, and I guess I guess he a different type of lawyer, so he wouldn't. Brian Brian probably wouldn't help her if he could, but yeah, she need to call somebody. She need to call one of them lawyers from the previous movies. Was it Divorce in Black? One of them was lawyers. Divorced in the Black, Divorce or Divorced in the Black. I think one of the I don't know if both of them was lawyers. I know one of them. I think one of them was a divorce lawyer. Yeah, she need to call her. Like call them so you can get your ducats. Cause oh my goodness, what stress! And then and then Brian throwing up her pass. Okay, girl, that's good job. You You deflected that. Okay, let that go. Good job. Good job. And you keep on the up and up, child, cause girl, she been putting on a front. She been putting it on. She been putting it on. So, um, hopefully she can stay on the up and up and 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 have a great setup for success as far as continuing to stay healthy as far as that goes. Cause I don't know her lifestyle other than what she's showing and what's said about her past. Now, okay, stay out of the past and into the present, girl, please, because Brian be reminding you, boy. Remember what you had did last 10 years ago, or how many years ago? 20 years ago? Where was you then? And apparently stressed out from your butt. Oh my goodness. Perhaps she's been stressed out from whatever. I don't know. I'm about to say perhaps she might have been stressed out for Brian, or maybe, and now she might be stressed out from this other dude. Girl, he trying to run game, boy. Get it, game boy. Game boy. So yeah, I think I'm done with collecting all the clues. I think. I think I'm done. I think I've seen all there is to be seen, all the ins and outs. That's my clue. That's what it seemed like the backstory of it was, or could be, I should say, could be. That's my movie theory. That's my clue to my movie theory. Do I have movie theory in the title? Because that's my movie theory. That's not necessarily what happened in the movie. That's my movie theory that I've concocted from what I've seen. Uh, from what I've gathered. Yes. So yeah, I've had fun. I think I laughed more watching the reaction that I just watched. I did have some giggles when I watched it by myself, but laughing, I think I laughed more watching it with someone. I was like, perhaps this movie is meant to be watched with others and enjoyed with others. Because I laughed like when they were laughing, I was laughing sometimes. Sometimes. Now, it was maybe one time I was just like, eh, eh, I don't know, maybe one time. But yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I watched it 3 times. I enjoyed it. Now, I almost didn't watch it all the way a third time just because Brian was steaming, boy. He was steaming. Uh, so that kind of was a bit abrupting for me to see Brian steaming. Uh, but yeah, watching it with the reaction, watching it with a couple of other people, I laughed more because they laughed at like the funny. They laughed at the jokes. They laughed instead of like, oh, Brian steamed. They just went with the flow of the show and laughed with the jokes. So that also allowed me to laugh with the jokes as well. Not that I wasn't allowed to, you know, I just saw the jokes funnier in that way instead of feeling the sorrow of the tale of it all. I got to enjoy the jokes. So yay for the jokes being enjoyed. Woo! Glad I got to enjoy the jokes. I laughed. Got to, I was like, huh, perhaps, yeah, yeah, okay. You can feel the jokes more, see the jokes more, versus watching it by yourself. It was funny by myself. Like I did enjoy a few of the scenes when I was watching it alone. I think I, enjoyed it more for the jokes, uh, with the reaction as well. Both experiences were fun. Um, Now the third time I did finish it because I was eager to see the end of the movie because I do enjoy the ending of the movie. Um, so yeah, like when I watched it by myself, I had got caught in that feeling, that emotion of I guess despair. So like I almost didn't want to watch it again because I felt that emotion stronger than I felt the laughs of what was going on. Like, oh, these characters are going through this. So when I watched the reaction, it was more like, oh, we laughing at the jokes. So it was um, less emotional for me. Cause I was like, oh, I was like, I guess I guess I had invested. I guess I had invested to the point where I was upset with a new character coming in, treating these characters I know, so to speak, as much as you can know a character watching them. Um, you doing this to the characters that I know. How dare you come in and do this to the characters that I've been watching all these and enjoying. So that's kind of how I was watching it by myself. But then uh, when I watched it with the group, I was like, oh, okay, ha ha ha, and it was a more fun experience, more uplifting as far as jokes and smiles and laughter goes. And then watching their reaction to like the what they were watching for the first time, I just was smiling because like I already knew what was going on, and they had the same reaction I had, but I was smiling at their reaction because I already knew everything. Uh, what was going was going well. So I was smiling. I was like, y'all had the same reaction I did. But yeah, it's all good. And in one of the scenes, the Joe in Joe's scene, uh, when he was at the casino. Oh yeah, and one more thing, and then I think I'm finished with this movie. My new mantra: put it on the room. that was the that, that was the mantra for the whole the whole not vacation, the whole trip, the whole 2 days. What they? I guess it was 2 days and one night because they weren't there a second night. They got up out of there. So 2 days. They got there, and then nighttime, and then day. So yeah, I was like, okay, that's the word. Put it on the room. 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 So that's fun. Give it up for my co-host. The fan is in the building. A couple of actually, let's see, one, two, four of the screws shook loose out of it, and I used some yarn to close up the top the the front part of it. The front part had opened up because the screws had fell out. So I used some yarn to tie it back up and closed it. I closed it with some yarn. I was like, handy ways to using yarn. Beneficial ways to having yarn on hand. Close up your fan with some yarn. It was one of my scrap pieces from my patchwork jacket. Could say something about the woman at the casino. Joe asked her if Joe asked her if he could if she would give him a tip for the $20 in his pocket, and she said, "Uh-huh. Let me see your room key." Like, yeah, never mind what you saying. We finna charge that card. I peeked that. I peeked that the first time I watched it. I was like, that's not what he asked. I mean, what? Like that's. But she was like, yeah, let me see your room key. Yep, we sure can do that. I was like, that was like, yeah, just come on over here and sit down. I got you. Come on. You keep that in your pocket. We're gonna charge it to the room. Charge it to the room. But yeah. Fun, fun, fun. Fun summer walk. The things you can fix with yarn.